Hi guys, welcome to this quick review about this mini PC from KAMRUI. The model type is JK06. You can see we have the N5100 processor, which is one of the latest Celerons. So this looks actually pretty promising. I'm very excited to test this. It's black, 8 GB with 256 GB of ROM and of course the US specs. And it's a pretty stylish thing. You can see that here. You can have it flat on the desk, but it comes also with this magnetic stand, as you can see, very easy to apply, but it covers a little bit of the openings here of the air vent, so I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but it's really nice, has a good stand. We have a lot of ports here in the front and also in the back, plenty of them, has dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.2, something like that. It's fanless. It gets a little bit hot. I don't know if it's overheating. The problem is here a little bit the speed. I mean, I was really excited about the N5100, and when you look up the comparison, let's say between the 4000 series and 5000 series, then the 5000 series of the Celeron look much faster, even compared like to a desktop model like the J4125, which I've been testing a couple of times already, and they have been showing really good speed, real desktop speed, also 3D, and even for some light gaming. And with this one here, I didn't have any success, unfortunately. You can see for gaming it says 4% tree trunk. I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of gaming performance here. Desktop 41 speedboat, okay, that's not bad. Workstation, yeah, we are not looking into that. And we go here a little bit down. What's a little bit disappointing here is especially that they're saying the Intel Celeron is performing way below expectations. Also the GPU performing way below expectations. I mean, the storage, absolutely no problem. This is good so far, and here insufficient samples, but for me definitely looks somehow it could be an overheating problem, and with a fan it could run much faster. Also, when we have this Chrome set up here, it's just 6 tabs. This is not crazy. I mean, we have 8 GB of RAM. This is of course not a huge amount, but 8 GB is usually still sufficient or more than sufficient in 2022. And when we are switching, you can see it always has to reload, or at least a couple of times. You can see this shouldn't be the case actually with such a CPU. And also when we browse up and down, you can see a lot of white, and you have to stop until it loads. Yeah, this also is some kind of indication that something is not so good. Also, when we are trying to close these things, it still takes some time, and especially you can see that here when we go into 3D. So here we are. I gave it some time even to a little bit preload, and now I'm trying to move this thing around, and this is definitely rather close to an N4100, which is usually not super fast. But if you have a good performing J4125 or so, which is actually much older CPU, and 4000 series Celeron, this would be much faster, I can tell you. I've also downloaded and installed the Asphalt 9 Legions, and I've already been playing this game with a couple of Celerons, especially the J4000 series, and there was absolutely no problem. It was running super smooth, and here you can see definitely quite far away from smooth. Yeah, it's really difficult. And now it shows me the tutorial again. I don't know why I've already done this, but you can see it's difficult to play. I mean, we can do that somehow, but definitely it's far from being optimal, so it doesn't make too much fun here, so I quit that again. I mean, what's of course definitely no problem to use is something like the Open Office for text documents or spreadsheets or so. This is absolutely no problem here. But as soon as it comes to 3D or so, then it could be quite a challenge. I mean, it's definitely not a scam. I mean, everything is confirmed here. We have the official Windows 11 Pro, we have the Jasper Lake client, I mean the GPU, which is actually part of the N5100. We see a whole confirmation here, and also about the 8 GB of RAM, and also the ROM is confirmed. When we look into the PC, you can see that here, even after installing a lot of stuff, even large game, there's almost 200 GB of free space here to install a lot. And by the way, the setup, that's also something which is really positive. It was actually the smoothest Windows 11 setup which I've ever seen. I don't know why, maybe they have changed something, because usually it can be a huge problem, especially with the Wi-Fi. It always wants to connect to the Wi-Fi and then gives some problems. I have with other PCs, I've already spent some hours trying to set it up. I mean, there are many YouTube videos about that, because it can be a real problem. And with this PC, for some reason, there was absolutely no problem. It was the fastest, smoothest Windows 11 setup so far. But yeah, again, I'm not sure about the heating thing, if this could be the cause of the slower performance. I mean, it's definitely nice to have something quiet. It's definitely absolutely quiet. There's no fan spinning, nothing. And because I've been suspecting overheating, I've now put a fan directly on the side of this thing. I've removed the brackets of this external stand, so it should have some airflow. I mean, the openings are not huge, but they are actually everywhere. And so let's try same thing here. As you can see now, total different story. I mean, it's not absolutely perfect, but you can see huge difference compared to before. Also zooming in, zooming out works much faster than before, and we get also confirmation here from the user benchmark. Before we had, I think, a 4% here, maybe 4 or 5 here, something in the 40s here, and all the values are quite up here. And so for me, definitely looks like it's an overheating problem. So of course this is not a solution which you want to have all the time, but there are some small laptop fans which are not loud. You could put it on such a thing, or at least remove these brackets for the stand, which definitely blocks quite some openings here. So it's hard to give you an advice here. I mean, it's definitely working, it's not crashing, but it's a little bit sad to see such a really nice CPU not running at full speed, just because it doesn't get the right cooling which it deserves. I mean, you can definitely do some office work, some browsing, yeah, definitely not a problem. And so if you're still interested, yeah, turn the thing off here, it's a little bit loud. So if you're still interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description anyway, so you can decide what you want to do. And I still hope being able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.